Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our news, a group of Sarasota County residents are working together to try and stop plans for a controversial project. One company wants to rezone land near the celery fields to help the environment by building a recycling plant. But others believe it will actually have a negative impact on nature. ABC 7's Erica Jackson was at their protest today, bringing awareness to this project and has the details.
Right now, this land in Sarasota County, just east of the interstate, remains empty. But as one company pursues to rezone the land, a group of residents wants to stop the project right in its tracks.
They're calling it a recycling center. I think that's too kind and too euphemistic, that it's going to be a dump.
Jamie Casper is one of hundreds of residents against two projects in Sarasota County. They're both located on land at the intersection of Apex Road and Palmer Boulevard, just east of the interstate. Plans to build a restaurant depot on the northwest corner was unanimously approved by the Planning Commission and is waiting final approval on Wednesday. And a more controversial project on the southwest corner to rezone 16 acres to build a recycling facility.
There really is no good reason for the rush to sell these lands. They've been vacant for many, many years.
This is Sarasota's backyard. This is where we come on weekends to play.
James Gabbard of TST Ventures is applying for the recycling project's permit. He wasn't available to go on camera Saturday, but he tells us that he wants to use the proposed facility to recycle brush, trees, and concrete. He said, "I think that to dispose of reusable material in a landfill is not being a responsible business person." Protesters aren't against recycling, but argue the location may hurt wildlife.
Even though this doesn't have a lot of habitat value at the moment, and birds do come out and feed in these areas, and other critters do also, this area provides a buffer from the industrial area nearby to the actual celery field.
Gabbard held two neighborhood workshops about the plan last month, but some residents say they would like to discuss the plan of action before any decisions are made.
We would like to have, as a group, the ability to talk to the county and work out the details on what's going to be best.
The next steps in this project, the petition will be scheduled a public hearing before the Planning Commission, and after it makes a recommendation, the Board of County Commissioners will approve or deny the request. Reporting in Sarasota County, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you very much, Erica. In other news, police say 28 people are injured and one man is in custody tonight after a vehicle plowed into the crowd watching a Mardi Gras parade in New Orleans. The crash was reported this evening around 6:45 in the Mid-City section of New Orleans. Police say 21 are hospitalized and at least a dozen of those in critical condition, with some refusing medical care, and that number could increase as the investigation continues. Witnesses say it was a silver truck that drove through the crowd. One person is now in police custody. He is being investigated for driving while intoxicated. Police did not indicate that terrorism was involved. And while Mardi Gras is off to a rocky start in its flagship city, one local community known for the holiday is celebrating a win today. The Manatee County community of Rabonia had to cancel their Mardi Gras for the last 2 years due to financial troubles. The festival making a triumphant return on Saturday. The annual event began around 1980. Now organizers say they hope to continue it and bring more and more people to the festival.
It warms my heart. It's an excitement and it's a joy just to see everybody together having fun and love.
You know, it's good for the kids. The parents come with their kids. We don't worry about no violence. So that was pretty good with all the officers and stuff around. I was so glad that it done came back out here, you know, for the community. And it's nice the way they got it.
Organizers hope they can duplicate the festival's previous streak of over 35 years straight. Mardi Gras, or Fat Tuesday, is officially February 28th, this coming Tuesday. Well, a couple of outdoor stories there. A look at the outdoors. Beautiful day today on the Sun Coast. Let's head over to Wendy Ross for a first check on that weather. Wendy.
It was that crystal blue sky that is so wonderful this time of the year, and we also had a little bit of dryness in the air, so it was very comfortable. We had a cold front that has been slowly working its way down the state of Florida, and right now we don't have to worry about any rain. All that has gone through, so we're not looking at any kind of issues there. And today we just had a gorgeous, gorgeous day. Temperatures are in the 60s right now. The humidity is slightly up, but it's going to continue to fall, and we are going to be looking at some drier air moving on into the region and very comfortable conditions as well. Temperatures dropping down into the 60s, but we could actually bottom out into the 50s tonight. We'll let you know what Sunday's weather is shaping up to be. I've got that forecast in just a minute. Adam?
All right, thank you very much, Wendy. Kids in Venice getting their hands dirty today with some gardening. Every fourth Saturday of the month, the Venice Farmers Market hosting a kids' corner with a different theme, and today's theme, agriculture. Children of all ages had the opportunity to make their own mini gardens with worms, lettuce, kale, and whatever else they could imagine.
I learned that there are more ways to plant a garden than just in the ground. And I also learned how to make a garden and that kind of stuff. I would like making the stuff so I would like growing it, and I would like having it to eat and be able to make stuff with it.
That experience completely free thanks to donations. And a little piece of Florida history. That's what visitors of the Southwest Florida Heritage Festival received at the Crowley Museum and Nature Center. The event featuring live music, animal shows, reenactments, and a learning experience to remember.
You will never find another event like this. This is true, authentic Florida cracker history. We have everything from the sugarcane press running and how sugarcane was rendered to horse demonstrations, historical reenactments, and we have historical homes, and we're actually using historical equipment. We have blacksmithing. It's amazing.
The festival was a day-long event, but organizers plan to make it an annual treat in the future. Still to come here on ABC 7, a devastating loss for one Houston mother, how a car crash turned into a homicide investigation. And the Democratic Party elects a fresh face for National Party Chair. Stick around.
Our community has its struggles. The fact is, people have less than they did just a few years ago, and sadly, the need becomes more profound every day. Season of Sharing provides funds to help individuals and families in need, ensuring they will not end up homeless and without a roof over their heads. Together, providing a helping hand and making a difference. Season of Sharing. Give today at cfsarasota.org.
Once upon a time, there were children who didn't know the magic of books. They didn't have stories to introduce them to enchanting characters. Now you can give stories that change lives. Go to magicofstorytelling.com to give all children the chance to follow their dreams.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Attention blood clot filter patients. Surgically implanted blood clot filters are potentially life-threatening. Some filters are prone to breaking, resulting in pieces of the filter moving through the body and causing internal bleeding. If you had surgery to implant a blood clot filter, you may be entitled to a cash award, even if you haven't suffered side effects yet. Call the Gold Shield Group now, 888-747-5291, to see if you qualify for a cash award, 888-747-5291.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular received a J.D. Power Award for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-297-5313. Go to consumercellular.com or visit a Target or Sears store today.
The Democratic Party is regrouping tonight after the shock of last November's election. Today electing a new party chairman, hoping it is the start of a political comeback. Meanwhile, no truce in the fighting between President Trump and the press. ABC's Chuck Silverstein reports.
Guess who's not coming to dinner? President Trump has stiffed the Washington press corps big time, tweeting, "I will not be attending the White House Correspondents Association dinner this year. Please wish everyone well and have a great evening." He's skipping the annual Washington tradition,
Good evening,
in which the president and the press trade theoretically good-natured bards.
You dishonest people.
Mr. Trump's flagrant snub is the latest turn in his battle with the news media that his top strategist calls an opposition party.
We are fighting the fake news. It's fake, phony, fake.
The New York Times reported earlier this month the Trump campaign had numerous contacts with Russians connected to that country's intelligence community. The White House strongly denies that. Now a senior Republican House member is calling for a special prosecutor to investigate, saying the Attorney General must recuse himself.
You cannot have somebody, a friend of mine, Jeff Sessions, who was on the campaign and who was an appointee. You're going to need to use the special prosecutor's statute and office.
In Atlanta Saturday,
Mr. Perez, congratulations.
The Democrats hope it's the first step forward on the long road back to power, electing former Obama Labor Secretary Tom Perez their new national chairman.
And they're going to ask the question of all of us, where were you in 2017? When we had the worst president in the history of the United States.
A message that hit home with the party's rank and file.
Today is a new beginning. We move forward today.
We're looking at the long game, so I think everything's going to work out fine.
Chuck Severson, ABC News, New York.
A Houston mother begging for justice tonight, calling on the person who shot and killed her young daughter to turn themselves in. Investigators say an 8-year-old girl and her mother were going east on a Houston roadway around 2 a.m. when their Honda Accord hit a Pontiac that was speeding southbound along with a third car. Mom Latoya Thomas tells officers that the Pontiac's driver then abandoned the wreck and got into the third car, and before that sedan drove away, a woman in the vehicle fired, hitting the 8-year-old girl.
And each one of those bullets hit the back of my car right where my baby was. Never thought I'd be burying my 8-year-old daughter.
It is not clear if this shooting was a case of road rage. Investigators say they do have the vehicle that crashed into Thomas's car, but they are still looking for the suspects involved. A developing story tonight in Florida. Police have identified a suspect who died during a shootout with Central Florida police officers. The Castleberry police chief saying 65-year-old James Lee Perrin called officers earlier this morning to say that he had battered his wife. When 4 officers arrived, Perrin came out of his house firing a shotgun. The officers returned fire and Perrin went back inside. He was later found dead.
It is unknown at this time whether or not any of our officers' rounds did strike the suspect. However, he was ultimately found to be in the home deceased. At this point, the investigation is ongoing. As I stated earlier, we're unknown if it was a self-inflicted gunshot wound or if it was as a result of any of the rounds that our officers discharged.
2 officers were treated at the hospital for pellet wounds and later released. A Central Florida man is flying a drone to honor the Pulse nightclub victims. 49 people lost their lives in the Pulse nightclub shooting. This UAV featuring the names of all of those victims killed in the June 12th Orlando attack.
An opportunity to keep them dancing. There's all 49 of them represented here. There's 41 males and 8 females. They all have a individual dance move.
That drone took Nucio and his team more than 100 hours to create. Wow, there you have it.
Look at that.
A new way to honor those victims, but it's nice that, you know, people keeping them in their memories there in Orlando. Yeah.
Well, we had another beautiful day today. It was a great day to be outdoors. Tomorrow promises the same kind of thing. So this is pretty nice. This is pretty good stuff. We are seeing warmer than normal conditions out there with plenty of sunshine. We'll show you what we had today for our daytime high, 78 degrees. And normally we're at 74. So we are going to continue to see warmer than normal temperatures. But but because we're going to see some drier air mixed in with it, it's going to feel very comfortable beginning tomorrow. 63 was our overnight low last night. Tonight we'll get closer into the 50s for the overnight low period. This is normal for us this time of the year, 55 and 74 degrees, but tonight we're going to get down to about 58 degrees. We're at 69 right now. The humidity is at 87%. The winds are coming in out of the west at around 5 miles per hour, and we do have fair skies out there. We had a cold front that was moving on down the state, and that frontal system has produced nothing but mostly sunny skies for us today and drawn down some drier air as well. Most of the showers that we did see were so light, they were barely discernible on radar, and right now we are looking at those clear skies. You can see how dry it is all across the state of Florida, and this has been drawn in by a high pressure system across the southeast, and that's helped to push that cold front all the way through. So for the next couple of days we're going to see some pretty nice weather, and then beginning on Sunday night you can see here's where the frontal system is going to start to stall out just a little bit. We're going to see some rain showers associated with it there, and then those clouds start to come back on up, but we are expecting to see fair skies for the most part over the next couple of days, and we're really not putting rain in our forecast for several more days. Another cold front will be coming in, and that's the one that could bring us some more wet weather. We've got, this is the front right here moving on down the state of Florida. High pressure will be moving out into the Atlantic, helping to force in that drier air, and we are going to see some showers, but they're being brought in by a low pressure system moving across Texas and helping to bring in and stir up some wet weather across the Gulf Coast states. But the state of Florida is going to be pretty great with that. Frontal system passes on through, and then we get that drier air coming on in, and you are going to feel the effect of it all tomorrow with a beautiful, beautiful day on tap. It'll be a great day to get out to the beach. The winds are going to be a little stronger coming in out of the northeast, 15 knots, seas 2 to 3 feet, 77 degrees at the beaches. Tonight we get down to 58 degrees, mostly clear skies, so cooler than last night, and then tomorrow we're back up to 78 degrees, very, very comfortable. Some breezy conditions as well, and we keep those warmer than normal temperatures with us all the way through Thursday. Adam?
All right, thank you, Wendy. Spring training is back. We'll have today's highlights coming up after the break.
Once upon a time, there were children who didn't know the magic of books. They didn't have stories to introduce them to enchanting characters. Now you can give stories that change lives. Go to magicofstorytelling.com to give all children the chance to follow their dreams.
I won Cash for Life from the Florida Lottery! So I get $1,000 a day every day for the rest of my life. Day 1, bought a pony, we're best buds. Day 7, this is crazy! Another day, another grand. This one's on me. Then Mom said, better save some. And another grand, share the love. I don't even play this thing, but I got a bunch. And another grand, and another grand, another grand, another grand. Let's do it again tomorrow.
With a prize of $1,000 a day for life, the new Cash for Life draw game is your ticket to a grand day every day.
An important message for Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you receiving all the benefits available to you? Now's the time to find the coverage that's right for you at the right price. The way to do that is to explore your options. You can spend hours doing that yourself, or you can call Health Markets and let us do the legwork for you. Let us find you the right plan at the right price and see if you qualify to lower your prescription costs. Put our free service to work for you at no charge.
Call 1-800-738-1923.
But is it? It's really just the beginning, right? Have you written a book and want it published but don't know where to start? You're not alone. Page Publishing cuts through the confusion that most new authors face, like copyright protection, barcodes, printing, and digital uploading. We will get your book into bookstores now. We guide you through the publishing maze and help you distribute and sell your work in hard copy and ebook formats. That's right, we will digitize and place your book for sale on Amazon, Apple iBooks, and Google, offering it to millions. Don't waste another minute. Most publishers won't even look at new author submissions, but we're different. We review your book and provide you feedback in about a week. If we decide to publish your book, your work ends and ours begins. From copy editing and proofing to typesetting and book cover art, our team gets you into bookstores fast.
Call for your free author submission kit at 800-425-5308.
Attention, this is an important message for anyone who has taken Xarelto or Pradaxa.
If you or a loved one took the blood thinner medication Xarelto or Pradaxa and was then hospitalized for internal bleeding, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to serious, even fatal internal bleeding. If you suffered a stroke, heart attack, or serious internal bleeding, or if a loved one died after taking Xarelto or Pradaxa, call us now. Our network of attorneys have years of experience fighting the big pharmaceutical companies and is ready to fight for you. Potential claims are being reviewed for users of Xarelto or Pradaxa who have suffered severe bleeding or hemorrhaging, stroke, or even death. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You won't pay a thing unless your case is settled. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone.
Please call 800-928-6604. That is 800-928-6604.
Now, sports.
Well, Suncoast baseball fans, spring training has sprung. Orioles, Pirates, and Rays kicking off the spring season today with a few split squad games. The Pirates were the ones splitting up their roster to play both teams. Here's the Special Forces jump team before the game against the Rays in Charlotte. First inning, Kevin Kiermaier bloops one out to right field. He thinks it's an out, but this one is going to fall between second base and right field. Kiermaier getting a little greedy. He is thrown out at second by Sarasota native Joey Turtislavich. Next inning, after an RBI single, that is the RBI single through the middle. It's Turtislavich who scores to put the Pirates up. Later on, Phil Gosselin, same inning, hitting a grounder to the shortstop, flip to Nick Franklin at second, and over to Ricky Weeks for the double play. Both players from the same high school in Orlando. There's a little fun fact, Lake Brantley High School. Top of the fifth inning, Jacob Stallings driving one deep to left and over for a home run. It is part of a 5-run inning for the Buccos. Rays offense struggling. They lose 7-1 after the game. Weeks talking about his switch from second to first for the Rays.
Every time I cross the line, I'm confident. And, you do all the work in the practice and ground balls, footwork, drills, stuff like that. And when it comes to game time, just play.
Jesus Sucre paced the Rays with the offense with 2 hits and a home run. The other half of this Pirates squad at home in Bradenton taking on the Orioles. Former MVP Andrew McCutchen trying to redeem his worst offensive season in 2016. Well, that's a good start. First at bat of 2017, it's Kutch doubling off the wall in left center. He would score one batter later. Orioles center fielder Adam Jones showing a little pop himself. He's able to smoke a line drive that gets past the left fielder Polanco for an easy double. And getting the start for the Pirates was left-hander Stephen Brault, who was actually drafted by the Orioles in 2013. Threw in 8 games for the Pirates last year, won some bragging rights in a 6-2 win against his former team today.
It was cool that I got to face the Orioles, so, that makes it extra fun. And yes, we started, it's baseball season now.
Well, we're just weeks away from March Madness, and the Florida Gators are ranked number 13, 2 spots behind Kentucky, who they had a chance to beat on the road today. The Gators beating the Wildcats by 22 in Gainesville earlier this month, and someone remind Edris Adebayo about that. The dunk putting the Kentucky Wildcats up by 2. Second half, Gators up 6 and make that 8. It's Chris Chiozza to Devin Robinson for the alley-oop. But the second half belonged to Kentucky and guard Malik Monk, who came alive. Tough dunk through traffic right there for Monk. And then later it is Monk from beyond the arc. Heaves one up, and it's good. 33 points for the freshman guard, 30 of those coming in the second half. Redemption in Lexington. The Wildcats top Florida 76-66. Florida State struggling on the road in conference games this year, just 2-5, and struggling to pull a rebound right there early in this one against Clemson. Second half, 4-point game. Jerron Blossom game working in the paint for another putback and 1, and it cuts the lead to 1. Later on, it's Clemson up by 2. Xavier Rathan-Mays stepping through the double team finds the big man, Michael Ojo, for a heavy two-handed slam. Ojo had 8 points in this game. Then in a 1-point game, Rathan-Mays doing it all by himself. Tough layup, putting the Noles up by 1. 15 points for the junior in this one. 5 seconds left. The Noles have a 2-point lead. Marquise Reed could tie it, but he is way short on that jump shot. Number 19, Florida State, hanging on for the win. Win number 23 for them in South Carolina. 76-74, your final. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights. Attention sleep apnea sufferers. If you use CPAP therapy, if you have private insurance, or you're on a Medicare replacement plan, we may be able to help you get your CPAP supplies at little or no cost to you and free shipping. Most insurance companies allow a patient to get a new CPAP mask, cushion, filter, and tubing every 3 to 6 months to prevent respiratory infection and skin sores.
That's why you should call AmeriCare CPAP. Call 800-423-5457. That's 800-423-5457.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular received a J.D. Power Award for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-297-5313. Go to consumercellular.com or visit a Target or Sears store today.
For years, I told everyone my Craftmatic adjustable bed was the greatest until I got the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has an adjustable pillow feature that's awesome. You're gonna want one too when you see how little they cost.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less, featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest, bedside power plugs, underbed night lights, and more. Available in all mattress types with optional heat and soothing massage for as much as half the price of Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables. Enjoy temporary relief of low back pain, nighttime heartburn, mild arthritis. Adjust the rising pillow feature to help align your head, neck, and shoulders. See for yourself with our 30-day in-home trial. So call and price one today for less, up to 50% less.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You gotta see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-237-0214. That's 1-800-237-0214. Call 1-800-237-0214. Call now.
The Northport Police are in the middle of a major search tonight for a turtle. Northport Police telling people to be on the lookout for the large 40 to 50 pound tortoise that apparently wandered out of its owner's backyard in the Julia Terrace area. It should stand out by size alone, is what police posted on Facebook. The owner says the turtle will respond to a certain food and is named Hibiscus, but is often referred to as, quote, tortoise Snickers. If you find Snickers, you are asked to call the Northport Police Department or the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office, Animal Services. Can you call a tortoise by name?
I think you can. I think some of them do respond. If they've been domesticated for any period of time, I think so.
Well, if you live in the...
And you'll notice, you'll see her or him. A hibiscus is kind of a hard name.
Yeah, it's a little androgynous. I don't know.
I'm not sure either. But
well, if you live in the area, walk outside your front door, start calling out hibiscus, and see if a tortoise comes up. And then we'll find out.
That's a great idea.
But all hands on deck, Northport. We need it.